Hey, what's going on, everyone? So today let's jump into Aliens Dark Descent. This is a new real-time strategy game from Tindalos Interactive and Focus Entertainment, and it was released earlier today. This game takes place 20 years after the events of Alien 3, and it centers around a team of colonial marines and their ship, the Otago. I've kind of been back and forth with this one. I am a fan of the Alien franchise, but the action-heavy side of it isn't really the part of it that I enjoy the most. I do like Aliens, but I'd rather watch Alien like almost every day of the week. And then there's also like the real-time strategy aspect, which kind of scared me because I typically just assume that I'm not going to be smart enough to know how to play them, or at least like how to play them effectively. But none of that was going to like deter me from trying this one because it is still Xenomorphs, and I want all the Alien games to be good, so I jumped in as soon as this one came out, and luckily I had a super fun time with it. So what you're going to notice right away is that you play this game from the top-down perspective pretty much the entire time, and I thought it was really easy to get the hang of that. And this isn't like the first real-time strategy game that I've played, but my experience with them is definitely very limited, so I had to pick up on just a few things here and there, but I really liked the way that they did the tutorials, and again, I was like really able to just pick up on everything really quickly. And one thing I want to point out for anyone that like just wants to play this game for the strategy gameplay and maybe isn't like super interested in the story here, is that it is like a little cutscene heavy early on, which you can skip, so that's a nice option, but after you sort of get past that tutorial section and the first mission, those are like way more few and far between, so this is definitely like very heavy on the gameplay for pretty much the entire time. And this game does have a lot to offer. You're gonna get like at least 10 hours of gameplay here, and that can easily be pushed up to around 20 based on the way that you play. And if you haven't played too many strategy games, I think the way that this one works is pretty simple. You have your main hub on the ship where you can kind of bounce around between your armory, the med bay, barracks, laboratory, and you look at all the people you have in your squad and like the doctors that you have, weapons that you have, all the resources in general, and you're basically just trying to get as strong as you can to go on more and more missions, saving people, picking up loot, getting stronger with like upgrades, and just doing the best that you can to avoid, getting anybody killed in the process. Your squad is always going to consist of 4 people, and you can control everyone simultaneously, but you can also micromanage them by like interacting with them individually. And then when there's any like intense xenomorph combat going on, you also have the option to slow down time and use different weapons and devices to help out your situation, which I thought was really cool. One thing I also found really interesting was that you don't just pay attention to the health of your squad, but also their stress levels and making sure that none of them are ever like too overwhelmed and scared by what's going on. Really, in general, I just enjoyed like how much you can manage here. It really does dive deep into the details and the nitty-gritty type of stuff that like makes strategy games really interesting, and it puts you into a sort of coach, but also the captain, kind of the business owner, like all of those leadership roles that you can think of, which can be a little scary if you're not someone who likes making those big decisions because everything is on your shoulders, but I really don't think it's as overwhelming or stressful, like as stressful as that might sound. Aside from the gameplay, I don't think there's really too much in the story or the characters that I found all that captivating, but I don't think that's what they're like, going for here. I don't think that's super important in this whole experience. I did enjoy the voice acting though, like during combat, even if they did have some repetitive lines when you would run around a building, it was all just kind of charming in a way. Like they were even kind of funny. They have subtle personalities to each of them, so that was really fun. Overall, I really had a good time with this one, and I think for anybody who does enjoy strategy games, this could be a really interesting one. But for people that are looking into this just because they're fans of the Alien franchise, I'm not exactly sure how to like feel about this or to know what you would think about this. You like really have to know what you're into, and if this is something that you would be interested in, to know if you want to spend like $40 on it. But at least it's not the full $70. But if you do want to wait for this one like on a sale down the road, I totally understand that. But yeah, that's all I've got for this one. Thank you all so much for watching this. It really does mean a lot. I hope you're all doing well out there wherever you are, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Until then, everybody, take care.